I'm going to share what went down last Thursday evening, and sure, I realize the headline might come off a bit dramatic. Strap in, though, as this spirals deeper before it starts improving. My name's Michael, 31 years old, wed to Skylar for half a decade. We crossed paths in university when I was juggling a pair of gigs to cover my schooling costs, while she was part of a sorority bankrolled by her folks' wealth. Her father runs a business in commercial property development. Her mother occupies herself with the typical pursuits of affluent ladies who aren't truly employed. I hail from a household where my father hauled freight for a living and my mother did domestic cleaning. Skylar found me genuine and a refreshing break from the silver spoon lads of her past. I figured she'd overlooked the wealth gap between us. I was mistaken. 3 years back, we acquired a residence. Technically, I purchased it, fronting the full initial payment and securing the loan solely under my details since her credit history was in shambles. Yet the property title lists both of us. Keep that fact in mind. Now to grasp Skylar's circle of acquaintances. Her pals Cora, Genesis, and Piper are all hitched to men with inherited fortunes or high-level corporate roles. They indulge in midday meals, vineyard samplings, and fundraising balls where outfits cost more than average folks' monthly housing. Skylar's devoted the last 5 years scrambling to match their pace, all while tied to me, the fellow who views a decent meal out as anything below $40. Roughly 2 years prior, certain patterns emerged. The manner in which she'd pivot topics whenever her crew quizzed her on getaway ideas. How she began dropping mentions of this fellow Marcus employed at her father's firm. Marcus pilots an electric sports car. Marcus recently snagged a high-rise unit in the city center. Marcus is jetting off to Europe for leisure. I'm no fool. I sensed tension mounting, so I began observing more intently. Accessed our combined phone logs via our linked profile. Scrutinized billing summaries each month. Maintained meticulous logs of our monetary dealings, duplicated all materials, each financial summary, each title document, every record imaginable. Truth be told, I wasn't crushed. I was furious. She assumed I was too oblivious to detect it, and at that juncture I resolved that should this mess erupt, I'd be prepared. Not caught off guard, prepared. Last Thursday, she instructed me to link up with her at an upscale Italian eatery in the urban core at 7 p.m. Claimed her group desired a collective meal. Informal vibe. I should arrive post-shift. I wrapped up ahead of schedule. Reached the spot at 6:45. Entered and informed the greeter I was joining the Skylar gathering. He gestured toward the rear secluded area shielded by a divider. I proceeded to the back and caught the audio. The barrier offered no acoustic barrier, merely aesthetic. Skylar's tone rang out, vibrant and theatrical. She was likely on her feet, perhaps raising a glass, to my pity project spouse. Retaining him feels like volunteer outreach truly. My act of kindness towards society. The entire group burst into chuckles. I remained rooted just beyond, perhaps a dozen feet distant, utterly motionless. Cora's timbre followed. Honey, you merit an award for enduring that failure. For real, 5 years, you're practically divine. Additional guffaws, Skylar was tittering. Oh heavens, cease. But seriously, he surprised me with blooms this morning. Discount supermarket variety. Believes we're destined partners. It's bordering on tragic. Genesis joined in. Hold on until he discovers Marcus' luxury suite. Have you glimpsed the panorama? Skylar's reply cooed. Why hasten matters? He's my trial spouse. You get it, akin to those modest initial properties folks snag prior to their ideal abode. Precisely so. The assembly howled. Piper remarked on my professional profile, declaring marital bliss. Deemed it charming. I lingered there for half a minute. My grip remained firm. I wasn't stunned since I'd anticipated fallout. Yet absorbing the precise degree of her disdain for me solidified it all. I rounded the divider bearing a grin. Approached their booth directly. Skylar's complexion drained of color, her companions hushed instantly. I planted a peck on her cheek. Maintained the beam. Apologies for the delay, love. The roads were a nightmare. I regarded her companions. Cora, Genesis, Piper, pleasant to encounter you ladies. I took a seat beside Skylar. The remainder of the meal unfolded in a magnificently awful fashion. They attempted to regroup, overdoing the charm in a cringeworthy manner. Skylar repeatedly caressed my shoulder, enacting the devoted partner, her fingers trembling faintly. I behaved utterly routine, selected dishes, engaged in chit-chat, chuckled at their quips. Each instance Skylar glanced my way, I noted her probing to gauge my awareness, the extent of my eavesdropping. We headed back around 9:30. I uttered not a syllable throughout the journey. Schuyler attempted to spark dialogue twice. Inquired if I was all right, if I'd enjoyed the evening. I simply navigated, allowed the quiet to swell until it grew palpably tense. Upon arriving home, I proceeded directly to my study, secured the entrance. Devoted the subsequent 60 minutes sifting through the dossier I'd assembled across 2 years. Fiscal overviews illustrating my sole coverage of costs. Loan papers indicating the residence fell under my fiscal burden. Call histories revealing her persistent outreach to Marcus contact. Billing logs displaying expenditures at lodgings I'd never visited. Dining spots she'd labeled as business repasts. I'd been capturing our exchanges for months. Single-party approval jurisdiction, utterly permissible. I possessed scores of dialogues wherein she'd fabricated her whereabouts, her company, her activities. Near 11, Schuyler rapped, requested a discussion. I replied I was occupied with a crucial task. She rapped a new 20 minutes on. I disregarded it. Then I overheard her in distress on the line, likely reaching out to Cora or Genesis. I accessed my directory and initiated outreach. Initial to Ryan, my associate who's advanced to family law specialist, left a note urging a callback. Stated I sought counsel on safeguarding holdings amid a prospective split. Subsequent to my mother. Informed her I might require temporary lodging with her and father shortly. Third, outreach to our lending institutions seeking details on loan restructuring or excising a joint obligor. Subsequently, I accessed our unified banking profile. We maintained a reserve fund holding roughly $30,000. Funds I'd accumulated via incentives, my prudent allocations. I shifted $28,000 to my private transactional profile. Retained $2,000, permissibly my funds. Captured images of all actions. At midnight, Schuyler rapped once more, weeping, questioning my withdrawal. I unlatched the portal, regarded her with streaked cosmetics. I'm all right, merely laboring. Retire for the night. I shut the portal before her. I passed the balance of the evening probing Marcus, located his career site, photo-sharing feeds, social network. Marcus Chen, 33, operations lead at her paternal enterprise. Images of him at corporate functions alongside Schuyler's father. Fresh captures from a philanthropic soiree featuring Schuyler peripherally. They'd been cautious. No joint visuals, yet present at identical gatherings. Friday dawn, Schuyler departed for her role, my device flooded with her dispatches. Are you upset with me? Kindly communicate. Did an incident unfold at supper? I replied singly, all well, demanding schedule ahead. Converse this evening. Ryan rang amid midday break. We conferred for an hour. I outlined the essentials. He detailed fair allocation principles, strategies for fiscal defense, requisite proofs. Advised maintaining archives of all. Noted that demonstrating Schuyler's liaison with Marcus impacted my vocational or monetary standing. If her paternal firm afforded Marcus undue favoritism due to an unseemly tie with the proprietor's offspring, that held pertinence. Occupational morals, vocational impropriety, favoritism concerns. Friday dusk, Schuyler returned anxious, inquired if dialogue was possible. She commenced with fluff regarding sense detachment, concerned over dialogue flow. Then posed the core query, had I caught any audio at the meal prior to my entrance? Since Cora occasionally voiced off-color remarks and she aimed to ensure I wasn't slighted. I beamed, assured her my arrival aligned precisely as stated, queried her apprehension. She faltered about desiring my comfort amid her associates. I remarked they appeared delightful, inquired if she desired delivery cuisine. She appeared puzzled yet eased. We dined with idle banter. She persistently eyed me as if anticipating detonation. Post-meal, I declared fatigue, retiring promptly. She attempted affection. I cited a migraine, turned aside. Saturday dawn, I embarked on a jog. Returned, Schuyler queried my well-being. I affirmed superb. She mentioned her cohort plotting a midday repast. I noted chores awaiting. Post her exit, I accessed her workstation. We'd exchanged access codes, her suggestion ages past. I'd abstained previously. No necessity, yet presently I delved. Uncovered exchanges with Marcus spanning 18 months. Not overtly damning, merely overfamiliar. Excessively chummy. Allusions to confidential humor. Hints at rendezvous. Then located her dialogues with companions. Collective thread. Perused backward through moons, numerous threads on Marcus, on his superiority to me, on her scheming her departure blueprint, on merely synchronizing it aptly to avoid forfeiting the residence or dividing holdings prior to locking in Marcus fully. There it lay. She'd orchestrated splitting from me per her calendar when advantageous to her. She aimed to persist residing in the dwelling I'd financed while nurturing Marcus till assured of his dedication. Then she'd depart, endeavor to claim 50% of all, and relocate to his upscale abode. I captured visuals forwarded to my private mail and remote vaults beyond her reach. Erased the navigation trail. By Thursday, a week post the eatery, Skylar had unwound, commenced believing I'd missed the audio, resumed typical conduct. That's when I resolved to initiate subtle strain. Thursday twilight, I informed Skylar of my intent to restructure our dwelling loan. Noted improved interest figures. She assented. Fine by her. I produced forms, requested her endorsement. She autographed sans scrutiny, relying on me. What evaded her notice was the bundle wasn't for loan adjustment. It constituted excising her from the obligation, conveying exclusive title to me, loan reconfiguration solely under my details, absolving her duty, purging her from the title. I'd scheduled a traveling authenticator for Friday twilight, informed Skylar we'd require validation for loan adjustment. She'd endorse. She'd concur. By Friday dusk, she'd forfeit any stake in the dwelling she'd plotted to wrest from me. And that marked merely the opener. Update 1. All right, numerous responders to my prior entry sought continuations. A few deemed my pace excessive, others urged acceleration. To the individual suggesting instant confrontation at the venue with respect, that's misguided. This demanded precision, not passion. Regardless, here's the progression over the recent week, and believe me, it intensifies. Friday twilight, the traveling authenticator appeared at 7. I briefed Skylar she was there to validate our loan adjustment files. Skylar had arrived from her duties near 6, donned loungewear, decanted a goblet of red. She was at ease, presumed the crisis averted, figured I'd swallowed her act from the prior week. The authenticator materialized, seasoned female in her 50s, satchel brimming with authoritative sheets. I'd prepped all beforehand. The true relinquishment title nestled amid a sheaf of valid loan adjustment submissions. Petitions, revelation notices, the sort of bureaucracy that induces drowsiness unless you're vigilant. And Skylar invariably skipped fiscal scrutiny. That fell to me. The dull spousal duties she disdained involvement. We convened at the formal table. The authenticator perused each sheet, directed Skylar to mark initials herein, endorse therein, verify her particulars. Skylar autographed all sans perusal, nursed her vintage between marks, bantered with the authenticator on climate, on loan tedium, on her gratitude that I managed such drudgery sparing her cognition. I observed her relinquish her dwelling stake and sensed mere fulfillment, no more. The authenticator departed circa 7:30. Skylar queried if the fiscal matters concluded. I affirmed all resolved. She projected ease, declared a soak forthcoming, vanished upward with her device and fresh pour. I promptly digitized every endorsed sheet, uploaded to triplicate remote depots, messaged duplicates to Ryan, dispatched to my kin. Then submitted the relinquishment title digitally to the district archivist, covered the swift handling charge. By Monday morn, it'd be formally logged. The dwelling would rest exclusively mine. Skylar remained oblivious to her gravest fiscal blunder ever. Saturday dawn, I roused to dispatches from Cora. Indeed, Cora, one from the venue fiasco crew. She'd procured my digits somehow, likely via Skylar's gadget ages ago. The texts commenced near 8 a.m. We must converse regarding Skylar. An issue plagues her. She's behaved oddly since recently. Ring me. I erased the texts, abstained reply. 20 minutes hence, my device trilled. Cora incoming. I rejected. She redialed. I rejected anew. Then texted that sans callback. She'd descend upon our abode. Skylar slumbered above. I rang Cora from my vehicle in the entryway. She picked up instantly. Launched forthwith on her fretting over Skylar. How Skylar had bombarded their shared thread incessantly. How she projected unease. How she reiterated queries on their dinner utterances if I'd projected distress. If a soul detected anomaly. I feigned ignorance, queried the subject. Affirmed Skylar projected normalcy to me, perhaps labor strain. Cora pressed that anomaly prevailed. Stated Skylar had wrung her in tears Friday dusk post-authenticator, voicing a sense of impending doom yet undefined. That's when Cora divulged intrigue. She noted Skylar had shared sentiments toward a colleague moons prior, that she'd counseled it mere benign infatuation, that wedded folks often harbored such, that it signified naught, that she'd urged Skylar to savor the flattery since I was, verbatim, likely too mundane to perceive regardless. Thus Cora had been aware, had proactively fostered it. had joined deriding me while cognizant of Skylar's sentimental betrayal at least. I queried Cora's motive for disclosure now. She bristled, claimed concern for her ally, noted unions were intricate, suggested perhaps I devote greater heed to my partner, perhaps orchestrate a lavish escape, perhaps strive for greater thrill. I thanked her for the input, but Skylar and I thrived. Cora insisted on visitation to assess Skylar. I deemed it superfluous. She declared arrival imminent. She'd materialize in 60 minutes. I re-entered. Skylar stirred in the prep area brewing brew, queried my conversant. I cited occupational exchange. She inclined, preoccupied. Her device hummed. She viewed it, visage altered. Cora had messaged her of impending arrival. Skylar queried Cora's intent. I professed ignorance, perhaps inquired directly. Skylar texted feverishly. Then Cora messaged me anew. Skylar resists my advent, precisely my rationale for proceeding. Anomaly abounds. An hour on, Cora arrived with Genesis. Both strode into my domain as if orchestrating a support rally. Skylar projected horror. I was in my chamber, yet audible via the marginally ajar portal. Cora commenced promptly, probed Skylar's state. Why the peculiarity? If all aligned with me. Skylar endeavored dismissal, affirmed normalcy. Genesis urged firmer, stated their bond as premier allies. They discerned distress. She required venting. Then Skylar crumbled, wept, voiced suspicion I'd discerned Marcus. That dread gripped her over my potential overhearing of dinner barbs. That she'd awaited my outburst or exodus or action, yet I enacted routine and it tormented her sanity. That uncertainty plagued her on my ignorance or scheming. Cora queried confrontation. Skylar negated. Genesis probed divorce mention. Skylar negated. Then Cora opined perhaps I'd truly missed it, that Skylar overanalyzed, that I likely remained unawares. But Genesis, kudos to her wary intellect, voiced a statement fueling my triumph. She noted males exhibit such composure only if utterly unaware or plotting cataclysmic reprisal. That per her encounters, male reticence over eruption signaled grave peril. Skylar solicited guidance. Cora proposed direct discourse. Query my dinner audition. Genesis forbade. That spotlight if unbeknownst. Superior to enact normalcy and endure. Then they delved Marcus. Skylar disclosed sightings for a year. Initiated platonic. Then sentimental entanglement. Then corporeal. That Marcus professed adoration. Desired her abandonment of me, yet fiscal terror restrained her. Companions queried fiscal bind. Skylar elucidated all under my designation. Dwelling, reserves, vehicles, that she'd pondered splitting sans forfeiture, that she'd intended delay till leverage accrued, perhaps enhanced role via paternal aid, perhaps hoard an undisclosed vault, that Marcus pressed departure, yet unreadiness prevailed. Cora queried my naming dominance. Skylar cited my fiscal oversight, my acquisitions, her collegiate credit woes. Genesis deemed it monumental hurdle, that Skylar stood fiscally exposed, that immediate shielding imperative. They devoted the ensuing hour to tactics, discussing Skylar's isolated banking, soliciting paternal funds, engaging separation counsel, securing stance pre my action. I captured the entirety on my device, permissible jurisdiction, each a fair confession, each scheme to fiscal sabotage me, each evidentiary fragment requisite. Post Cora and Genesis exit, Skylar approached my chamber. Rapt solicited entry I permitted. She seated uneasy, queried my audition of their voices. I affirmed ambient noise amid labor focus. She inclined. Then posed forthright, queried marital contentment. I met her gaze, affirmed positivity. Voiced adoration, believed our synergy solid. She wept anew, affirmed reciprocity, apologized for recent aloofness, desired improvement. I queried the catalyst. She cited companion-induced doubt, queried counseling viability. I assented if her desire, she deemed it beneficial. I concurred. She exited eased, presuming time procured, presuming adept manipulation. Sunday. I expended cataloging all captures and archives, structured chronologically. Each deceit instance, each Marcus allusion, each departure scheme dialogue, each fiscal seizure blueprint, ample to dismantle her in separation, yet I craved beyond mere advantageous partition. I desired her realm's implosion, mirroring my shattering upon her derision as pity spouse. Monday morn, I contacted her paternal firm's central hub, requested HR liaison, routed to personnel chief. Introduced, voiced ethical breach worry involving dual staff, desired anonymous relay. The chief paused, then solicited details. I detailed proof of intimate tie betwixt Marcus Chen, senior staffer, and Skylar, proprietor's kin. That liaison spanned near a year, that it posed potential bias or policy breach. The chief queried sourcing. I disclosed spousal status to Skylar, that I'd unearthed exchanges implying unseemly occupational liaison, that the enterprise merited awareness lest it swayed choices or birthed exposures. She queried litigation intent. I noted option contemplation but prioritized proper channels. She pledged probe, solicited proofs. I affirmed provision. Dispatched select exchange visuals. Professionally veiled to evade a fair proof yet boundary crossing to provoke inquiry. Frequent repassed summons. Personal asides breaching vocational lines. Allusions to esoteric wit and confidences. Tuesday midday Marcus summoned to personnel. I gleaned via Skylar's Friday Eve return in frenzy. Evidently Marcus messaged of HR grilling on their bond, that an informant surfaced, that he'd refuted all yet scrutiny loomed. Skylar queried my external disclosures on her and Marcus. I projected bafflement, queried context. She retracted, queried Marcus camaraderie mentions. I negated rationale absent. She cited workplace queries inducing paranoia. I opined perhaps colleagues noted amity and speculated. Skylar paled, stated potential ruination. I queried ruination scope. She retreated, cited vocational unease. I noted if mere amity, no peril. Wednesday Skylar's father rang her. I overheard her portion from above as she paced below. He probed Marcus, queried impropriety, queried judgment concerns. Skylar wept, refuted all. Cried misunderstanding, cried informant fabrication. Her father evidently disbelieved, stated official handling requisite, that daughter-employee liaison spelled enterprise peril, that Marcus might allege bias, that peers could litigate inequity, that such marred kin ventures. Thursday morn Skylar fielded maternal summons, parents desired conclave, kin assembly at their estate Friday dusk. Skylar oscillated Thursday betwixt alarm and ire, persistently queried paternal overreach. I professed situational ignorance, that Eve Skylar pursued grave exchange, seated me, declared honesty imperative on a matter, my rhythm held steady. The admission awaited, she confessed error. That workplace proximity overstepped, that sentimental not corporeal. That misplaced sentiments arose, that remorse prevailed, that termination ensued via occupational fallout, that marital refocus desired. I permitted completion, then queried identity. She named Marcus. I enacted astonishment. Queried duration. She cited months, queried corporeal occurrence. She negated mere sentimental bond, queried adoration. She admitted prior delusion yet recognized infatuation from our detachment. Each utterance fabricated. Each mirrored anticipation. I thanked candor, voiced injury yet comprehension, suggested therapy aid, she eased, embraced, voiced adoration, vowed prevention. Friday dusk arrived. Skylar exited for parental abode at 6. I remained. Granted familial privacy, she thanked. During absence, I verified district archivist portal, relinquishment title processed officially, dwelling legally mine, Skylar's designation excised utterly. Oblivious as she conferred a fair akins, she'd forfeited the dwelling presumed half-claim in split. My device trilled near 8. Skylar's mother, soliciting my advent, desired discourse. I assented. Motored to the grand estate in the posh enclave of her youth. Parents greeted dourly. Skylar in salon, optics inflamed from tears. Father directed seating, then tendered regret. Stated recent awareness of Skylar Marcus happenings. That it repulsed, that mortification ensued, that Marcus dismissal instant, Sans endorsement, that renewed contact invited litigation. Skylar sobbed, mother soothed yet projected letdown. Father reiterated spousal apology for offspring conduct. I attended. Post his closure, I thanked disclosure, stated Skylar and I would navigate. Believed errors forgivable, father eased, deemed me overly magnanimous. Superior to his kin's merit, we departed hourly later. Skylar scarcely verbalized en route. Homeward she ascended promptly. I detected instant line to Marcus. Unanswered. Voicemails wept. Apologized, vowed resolution. I retreated to chamber, plotted sequel. Marcus unemployed. Skylar bereft Marcus. Parents affair aware, father shamed. She presumed confession absolved by me. Oblivious to restaurant audition. Oblivious to dwelling forfeiture. Oblivious to captured fiscal sabotage schemes. An initiation barely scratched. Update 2. Fine. Your inboxes overflowed post-parental conclave queries. Some labeled me icy. One quipped multi-dimensional tactics versus her linear play. Spot on, that's the essence. Thus, matters escalated intriguingly. And yes, convoluted. The post-Marcus dismissal weekend proved arduous. Skylar bedbound Saturday weeping, persistently dialed Marcus. Occasional pickups yet curt. Audible pleas from below for perseverance. For paternal overreaction dismissal. Sunday morn she descended resolute. Declared counseling commencement immediate. Had sourced specialists secured weekly slot. I concurred. Astonishment evident. Likely anticipated resistance or complication. The specialist, Dr. Patterson, focused on betrayal mend. Initial session Tuesday dusk. We occupied her space, Skylar contrite me the tolerant consort striving salvage. Dr. Patterson directed Skylar's recap. Skylar delivered cleansed narrative. Workplace bond evolved sentimental, never corporeal, detachment from me prompted error. Liaison concluded, marital reconstruction sought. Dr. Patterson queried my sentiments. Voiced injury yet collaborative will, adored spouse. Second opportunities merited. Skylar clasped my palm, wept. Then Dr. Patterson posed unease-inducing probes, timeline specifics, detachment catalysts. Broader marital quandaries beyond liaison. Skylar deflected, cited complexity, cited immaturity. Dr. Patterson pressed, queried my contributions to detachment. Skylar paused, then voiced divergent origins. My roots alien to hers. Occasional embarrassment over our mode versus companions. Exposed. The verity she'd evaded direct utterance. Ashamed of me. My labor origins, my absent fortune. My inability to match her affluent ally's existence. Dr. Patterson queried my reaction. Voiced ache, yet candor valued. Immutable origins, yet provision diligent. Skylar affirmed awareness. Deemed herself superficial, vile. Thus therapy essential. We exited with assignments. Daily sentiment shares. Skylar to chronicle Marcus allure marital voids, me to ponder security enhancements. Pure staging yet utilitarian. Portrayed me equitable, clement to externals. Procured delay for peace alignment. Wednesday morn Ryan rang, had vetted all forwarded. Captures, exchanges, fiscal sheets. Deemed fault split case robust. With betrayal proof and fiscal ploy admissions, asset retention probable. Yet disclosed quitclaim vulnerability. Skylar's endorsement excising her dwelling stake. He'd consulted property jurist. Risk of judicial reversal if deception provable. Judges occasionally voided if comprehension absent. Queried fortification. Cited reading chance, voluntary mark, counsel access. Notary bolstered. Optimal shield. Uncontested duration pre-split initiation. Months cohabitation post-signature sans query fortified knowing transfer. Thus split filing deferred. Enact blissful consort reconciling, permit time for deed impregnability. Concurrently accrue proofs, constrict fiscal levers. Thursday dusk Skylar returned distressed. Evidently liaison gossip permeated her network. Companions quizzed. Cora demanded narrative. Skylar minimized, Cora unconvinced. Then Skylar shared my week's highlight. Cora irate. Cora voiced Skylar imperiled all via venue conduct. That my potential audition and scheming could ripple. That Cora guarded prestige, shunned tacky colleague dalliance ties. Rodents defected. Ideal, Friday midday dispatch from unidentified source. Marcus, digits procured. Message solicited candid exchange. Elements I merited, Skylar's dishonesty on bond. I abstained. 20 minutes on ring. Voicemail permitted. Message conceded my ire, yet he and Skylar enamored. Bond non-trifling. Months departure blueprint from me. Truth entitlement. I archived, evidence appended. Blocked digits. That eve I disclosed Marcus contact to Skylar. Visage blanched. Queried content. Cited voicemail for discourse. Queried audition. Negated erase sans perusal. Spared excuses. Eased. Queried blockade. Affirmed. Embraced. Voiced remorse. Marcus trouble stirring. Would manage. Instant bedroom ring to Marcus. Audible fury. Cease my contact. Worsening all. Over. Acceptance imperative. He contested. Promised assurances. Couldn't sever. Job forsaken for her. Skylar highlighted dismissal, not resignation. Marcus deemed nomenclature. Paternal firing hers induced. Destined union. Skylar negated viability. Ruination total. Relinquish. Call terminated acrimoniously. Skylar emerged rattled. I feigned inaudibility. Saturday morn maternal summons. Skylar mother luncheon. Solo maternal offspring. Skylar departed 11-ish. Absence exploited for weak planned act. Bank visit joint transactional closure. Residual transfer to private. Novel transactional solely mine. Bill autos rerouted. Joint held near $8,000. Dual paycheck origins. Withdrawal rightful pre-split. Closure severed her seamless liquidity. Her deposit persisted personal, yet shared all mortgage services coverage mine alone. Skylar post-lunch intense, queried discourse, living room seating, maternal queries on fiscal health. Saving status, dwelling safeguards, maternal future frets, queried catalyst. Skylar cited Marcus fallout, parental error aversion, maternal fiscal security assurance. Then Skylar forthright, loan adjustment finalized, all proper. Affirmed, dwelling title alterations, cited loan phrasing tweak. Ownership immutable, eased by reply, yet maternal seeds sown evident. Sunday parental estate supper, father chill to her, courteous to me. Mother eyed Skylar anticipatorily. Meal strained, post-father isolated me, queried authentic state. Enacted stoic aggrieved consort, hard yet marital pledge, error not relational terminus, he regarded long, voiced esteem. Skylar impulsive, privileged, spoiled rearing. Hoped my diligence anchored evidently failed, offspring choice letdown. Then surprised if Skylar me faltered no grudge, comprehended infidelity barrier. Solid spousal merit superior deserved. Essentially split sanction, perhaps urging. Monday morn turmoil, Skylar lavatory weeping. Device bedborne, display Instagram entry, I retrieved. Genesis, extended tail rant. On duplicitous allies spawning upheaval, expecting communal burden. On allegiance bounds when character unveils. Unnamed Skylar, yet network discerned target, Skylar emerged, queried viewing, affirmed. Genesis vile ally, blaming Skylar unjustly, queried blame scope. Skylar detailed Genesis consort in paternal sector. Evidently Genesis fretted Marcus Ripple on spousal ties to Skylar's father. Gossip in vocational ring. Genesis deemed Skylar scandal creator tarnishing affiliates. Societal repercussion expanded. Skylar's dalliance no longer isolated to her Marcus. Impacted cohort prestige, vocational links. Tuesday midday Cora ring, 20-minute dispute. Cora urged rectification. Skylar cited irreversibility on Marcus dismissal. Cora opined profile reduction a while. Event attendance awkward collective. Skylar socially ostracized. Same encouragers of my derision now distanced via her dalliance embarrassment. Wednesday sequel therapy. Dr. Patterson week recap query. Skylar dissolved. Loss of allies. Parental dismay. Isolation. Crumble all. Dr. Patterson queried choice repercussions. Affirmed. Queried instructional value. Skylar cited abandonment in hardship. Dr. Patterson countered mildly, queried integrity, pledge honorance. Action waves beyond principles. Skylar bristled, eternal castigation for singular lapse. I silent, permitted self-entombment. Therapist character glimpse, documented in subpoena potential notes if split relevant. Thursday dusk Skylar bank portal check. Kitchen bound when living room gasp. Entered, laptop stared. Queried joint transactional closure. Access denial. Cited closure novel opening, queried rationale, cited crisis fiscal literature. Experts urged account demarcation in mend bids. Promoted individual fiscal accountability amid trust reconstruction. Queried fund relocation. Cited novel for joint outlays. Access demand. Cited personal deposit, personal vault for individual disbursements. Queried extraneous needs. Cited collaborative large outlay discourse as ever. Visage shifted, fiscal severance dawning, queried control intent, negated, merely fiscal safeguard and strain, felt distrustful. Cited affair, trust rebuild requisite, unarguable sans cheating admission. Friday morn Skylar early departure, phone logs checked, Marcus redials Thursday dusk post account talk, prolonged, Marcus instability catalyst. Likely escape proposition. Me abandonment his cohabitation, fiscal support vows, unaware his unemployment encumbrances precluded her desired sustenance. Friday midday unidentified ring, answered, Marcus, novel digits. New blockade yet discourse essential, Skylar dual deceit. Months divorce vows to him, me domineering, dull, impeding, utterances meriting awareness, queried specifics, cited beneath status, marital fix attempt, success molding. Yet letdown, retention for dwelling, parental failure aversion. Each validated restaurant barbs, case fortified, thanked input. Pondered, astonished non-ire, meet query, opined potential, novel digits provided. Disconnected instant Ryan relay, Marcus ring detail. Ryan deemed treasure, Marcus witness potential on Skylar utterances. Split intents amid asset retention. Bad faith marital support, queried split advancement, negated yet. 2-week extension. Caution scheming care. Saturday morn Skylar roused to archivist mail, property update notice, breakfast opened, perused, silenced, laptop district portal address search, quitclaim logged, sole mine. Screen stared minuteful, regarded me, queried nature, laptop viewed, loan adjustment sheets, negated adjustment. Title conveyance, affirmed loan mandated her excision interim. Signature recall authenticator, hands quivered, queried excision rationale for adjustment, cited credit superiority, lender sole title for optimal terms. Technicality, queried reinstatement. Unplanned, voluntary quitclaim, mine now, table rise, serious query, completely. Trickery cry, recall notary reading chance, voluntary understanding notary affirmed. Phone grasp. Contacts initiated, father initial. Unanswered, mother voicemail. Cora answered, Skylar instant relay on my deed theft. Manipulation into endorsement. Audible Cora, signing sans perusal rationale, Skylar cited trust. Cora deemed folly amid currents. Skylar disconnected, regarded me. Lawyer summons, assented, legal input wise, quitclaims binding, challenge arduous. Ascended, audible further summons, father pursuit, messages left. 2 hours on father callback. 30-minute exchange. Audible weeping, my deed explanation, descended blotched. Father cited error cascade, careless stupidity. No lawyer funding for self-fault undue, consequences confrontation imperative. Paternal aid denial, queried motive. Cited asset shield amid admitted alternate sentiments. Reasonable, revenge label, self-defense, forgiveness query or perpetual scheme. Silent regard, realization sparked. Potential restaurant awareness. All prior benevolence staged. Direct restaurant audition. Marcus pre-knowledge, beamed, irrelevant now, all concluded, backed. Cruelty label, unseen facet. Unexamined, keys, device grasp, departure to allies. Assent, all essentials, locks alter tomorrow. Froze, serious, completely, mine now, alternative lodging, police threat. Civil, judicial weeks, interim elsewhere, me resident. Ascended frenzy, audible packing tumult. Drawers, wardrobe slammed. 40 minutes on dual cases, occupational satchel, threshold stance. Unfinished, combat vow, regret prophecy, counseling Tuesday reminder. Insane glare, marital mend per Dr. Patterson, wordless exit. House hushed inaugural in weeks. Device retrieved. Restaurant capture queued, her charity spouse derision, practice spouse, starter abode ugly, time to illuminate underestimation toll, final update, all right, concluding dispatch. Extended yet solicited. Nods to demolition advocates, precisely enacted. Calculation critics, witness necessity, Sunday post-evacuation, Cora hosted, gleaned via Cora's tale on unforeseen lodgers. Monday morn device barrage, home return pleas alternating litigation threats. Singular reply, Tuesday counseling affirmed at 6. Dr. Patterson antechamber mute. Entry, Skylar instant launch, home ejection from her domain. Deed manipulation into rights forfeiture. Forgiveness faint amid covert ruination. Dr. Patterson accuracy query, mostly affirmed. Strategic post-affair scope and divorce plots discovery, asset safeguards. Dr. Patterson plot query, device produced. Contextual audio intent. Skylar blanched. Action query, marital issue framing, restaurant full playback, charity spouse label, companion loser tags, supermarket bloom giggles. Practice spouse, starter ugly abode, LinkedIn glee howls. Integral Dr. Patterson timeline query, 6 weeks prior. That Skylar companion rendezvous affirmed, Skylar remembrance, sobbing, beverage influence, companions elicited nadir. Unintended, mere banter, queried unmeant segment. Community service retention, practice pre-dream, impress bid, toxic rivalry and callousness, non-authentic sentiment, Marcus Penthouse exit blueprint timing sans house loss, silenced. Dr. Patterson affair longevity query, 2-year suspicion, phone trails, eventual companion exchanges on departure, post-venue all self-shield from placeholder view. Skylar contested, 2-year knowledge, retention rationale, awaiting her initiative for sabotage. 2-year archive, asset fortification, case edifice. Venue derision execution trigger. Dr. Patterson irreconcilable decree. Individual therapy, legal pursuit referrals. Skylar treatment refusal query. Legal over therapeutic. Exit Skylar Cartrail yell, life ruination. Parental alienation, Marcus dismissal, house seizure. Ally isolation, queried self-audition. Choice direct consequences grasp, normal divorce alternative. Normalcy skips charity derision, fiscal exploitation plots. Non-execution on asset seizure. Device screenshots. Corrigy trenchant divorce max, mere attention amid Marcus lock, house claim. Grab attempt repelled. Privacy breach cry, marital violation via exploitation scheme. Court pursuit, judicial equity on my acts, ideal, proceed. Wednesday morn split initiation. Ryan prepped, petition adultery grounded, exclusive home bid. Asset fair share skewed via my inputs, her misconduct. Evidentiary, audios, exchanges, fiscal proofs of my coverings. Thursday workplace service. Work scream, paternal office humiliation. Employment site as residence unstable. Chorus day cited address provision absent. Friday initial counsel Ryan ring. Paternal recommended aggressor on deed challenge, maintenance pursuit, asset 50 including retirements. Ryan permitted, then full evidence dispatch. 2-hour callback, client discussion requisite. Case complexity beyond initial. Follow-up pending. Monday that counsel withdrawal. Hysterical ring, counsel no case verdict. Deed irrevocable. Affair proofs, manipulation admissions meant fortunate exit with aught. Unwinnable refusal. Tuesday second counsel. 3-day tenure pre-withdrawal. Skylar deed trick insistence sans unread rationale. Notary comprehension, post-signature weeks unquestioned. Interim Marcus Skylar complication. Service awareness, union opportunity presumption. Relentless texts, Cora residence arrivals. Wednesday Cora ring. Actual Marcus harassment aid query. Unstable, repeated drive-bys, doorstep blooms. Destined messages me sole barrier. Queried aid rationale for Skylar. Cora cited instability. Police matter not mine. Fine, yet incident partial my fault for Marcus ruination. Marcus self-ruined via wedded daughter dalliance at confirm. Consequences not vendetta. Cora disconnect. Thursday Genesis ring. Indeed rant poster. Divorce name inclusion worry. Presence record at venue. Queried concern. Spousal vocational ties to Skylar paternal ring. Encouragement, derision, exposure, reputational peril. Spousal ire on involvement. Truthful testimony vow. Court venue presence names provision. Vindictive label, honesty. Good friend claim over years. Query when? Unanswered. Then laughter inducer never deemed loser. Skylar following. Drunk venue banter. Court testimony willingness. Skylar habitual disparagement pattern. Negated. Discussion null. Friday midday paternal ring. Conclave request. Assented. Office proximal cafe meet. Weary aspect. Month familial inferno. Maternal devastation. Rearing superior anticipated. Petition viewed via counsel copy. HR Marcus report comprehension for self-shield. Unblameable. Quiet settlement viability sans trial. Skylar acceptance dependent. Wants query. Home, retirements, reserves. Settlement, infidelity acknowledgement. Fair seeming. Yield query her vehicle, hers named. Belongings, $2,000 finale, shocked, insignificant. $2,000 excess post-charity spouse label. Audition confirmation, integral, differential Marcus, Skylar handling regret. Fine outcome. Kin hatred, indifference not hate. Skylar persuasion for sensible close. Trial publicity, collective humiliation amplification. Saturday Skylar porch persistent. Week prior lock alteration, yet doorbell frenzy. Open, talk plea, negated. Implored comprehension on cruelty, porch step, door secured. Non-cruel, precisely her molded, pragmatic, irreparable, efficient terminus. Once love claim, initial authenticity, potential. Yet venue sentiments authentic. Marcus schemes authentic. Companion disappointment authentic. Incompatible with love, rectification query, settlement acceptance. All claim release infidelity penned. Departure, near not yield, affirmative. Success job reserves home, no devastation requisite. Errors not fiscal apocalypse warrant. Recall her identical me intent. Companion exchanges explicit minimal me house seizure. Venting mere. Quit claim exploitation plot signed, not vent. Binding actuality, fresh counsel pursuit. Fortune, 2 quitters post evidence, crying exit. Hourly Cora text, Skylar Cora breakdown. Drinking, life over, lament, management uncertainty. Unreplied, Sunday parental visit. Divorce progression relay, maternal guilt query. Negated, harshness query. Years lesser view, temporary shame, upgrade target. Mirrored consideration, reciprocity, paternal pride. Disrespect, exodus arduous. Worth cognition, non-cruel. Imperative, Monday third counsel. Tuesday Ryan ring, negotiation willingness. House mind comprehension, a fair nod. Yet $2,000 insufficient. Apartment restart funds requisite. Ryan $50,000 query. Laughter. $5,000 finale generous. Null contribution fraud admit pre-split. Discussion pending. Wednesday callback. $10,000 acceptance. Ryan $7,000 terminal. Court not yield. Thursday acceptance. Draft Friday. $7,000 vehicle items not else. Infidelity penned marital end. Home, retirements, reserves released. 60-day finalization. Monday my signature. Tuesday hers. Paternal Tuesday dusk ring. Temporary parental return. Affordable apartment hunt. Fiscal sentimental devastation. Consequence education. Learning hope voiced. Wednesday Marcus mail. Skylar finality relay. Post everything union impossibility. Me dual life spite ruiner. Reply, self-ruined wedded daughter affair at confirm. Dismissal ethical, not spite. Skylar escape utilizer, plan fail drop. Progression urged, ire multiplied. Blocked. Thursday Cora tale, toxic severance. Genesis, drama draggers, Piper, quieter, spousal gratitude, relational non-assumption. Cohort splintered, derision complicit, affair fostering, marital jest. Now self-preservation, mutual betrayal. Friday Skylar fresh digit text. Affordable apartment secured via settlement. Restart initiation. Happiness query on deeds. Someday cold regret prophecy. Singular reply, not regret. Charity spouse, practice spouse, starter ugly labels. Marcus penthouse upgrade plot. Disposable view merited yield. Cheap apartment rent strife recall half ownable house toss. Aging vehicle drive recall stable marital discard. Ella ignores recall mockery superiority bonds over authenticity. Charity spouse underestimation. Smarter, tactical, merciless beyond fancy. Supermarket bloomer fiscal social demolition, law-abiding. Learning hope voiced, yet indifference prevailed. Blocked. 60 days on finalization. Home, retirements, reserves, dignity retained. Skylar $7,000 eternal underestimation lesson. Paternal 3-month silence per shared contacts. Maternal mend attempt. Cora Genesis event exclusion. Marcus urban relocation and me financed home retention. Her starter ugly pre-dream. Plotted seizure. Now wholly legally exclusively mine. Costly blooms unpurchased. Supermarket sufficient for non-valuer. Cold-blooded acknowledgers indeed. Warmth yields venue derision, asset stripped splits and patience procurers this. Utter triumph. End tally, charity spouse 1, practice consort 0.